What's your name, man?
Chris Hirschlip.
Is it Christopher?
Yeah.
CHRISTOPHER?
Yeah.
214.
You do volunteer.
Nope.
Hey, you know if that was me, I would have been.
Hi, I'm Ian Runkle, also known as Runkle of the Bailey. In today's video, we're reacting to Teen Fails to Escape Police, Gets Busted for Underage Drinking. This one sounds hilarious and probably educational, so let's have a watch. Alright, wow, there's a lot of people out here. So they're on bike patrol for Oktoberfest, hence the lots of people, and they notice a guy has an open can of liquor. And so when he sees them, he puts it in his the right pocket of his shorts. Police, of course, are gonna see that. They're trained to be observant, and so they're zooming right in on this guy.
52. Hannah is valid and clear, no prior.
Alright, the officer's got his hand on this guy.
Someone stole your wallet? Yes, okay, you got all sorts of stuff in your pocket. Am I gonna find a wallet on you? I don't want you to lie and get more tickets.
No, you can search me. I got alcohol, that's about it.
Okay.
I'm chilling right here.
Okay. Let's step across. Why don't you dump out the Twisted Tea real quick?
These cameras actually have really good resolution because you can see that it's a Bud Light that he's got right there. And he's already started out by admitting he's got alcohol, so if he's an underage drinker at this point, he's already made admissions that the police can use against him. That's not a great start to this interaction. There's a reason why defense lawyers say keep your mouth shut, but he doesn't appear to be good at that.
How old are you? Don't lie to me.
21.
You're 21.
I was born in 6/25/99.
Okay. I just want to let you know, if you're lying, you're going to get extra tickets. So if you're 21, then...
I'm not lying, look me up.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not lying, look me up. I already feel like this guy's lying. We kind of have a hint because of the title of the video. He's not acting super truthful there.
Your info real quick. What's your name, man?
Chris Hirschlip.
Is it Christopher?
Yeah.
CHRISTOPHER?
Yeah.
From Wisconsin, Minnesota? Wisconsin?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What's your middle initial?
Jay.
J?
Yes, sir.
What's your last name?
Kathy.
Hirschlip. H.
Okay, so you see that he gets his name wrong? It takes him 2 tries. It's kind of interesting, this name that he comes up with. It's not the sort of usual... Sometimes you'll see people making up a name on the fly, and usually that looks pretty awful when they do that. My name is, John Johnson? He seems to have this alter ego ready to go, but he got it wrong in the moment. That's not fantastic for him.
HERSCHLEB.
I love the officer behind him, just his facial expressions, because he's got this, like, really skeptical, oh, screw this guy kind of glare to him. It's kind of funny.
F52, still not getting it back.
So police stated he was acting nervous, breathing heavily, and kept on pacing. Jevin then began to look around for possibly an avenue to run.
238, can I get a squad over to 14th?
Now, one thing that I think is interesting is that they're talking about, hey, we're going to write you a ticket and so forth. Often you might not even get a ticket with things like open liquor and so forth. And again, this is not legal advice. This is just commentary. But there's a lot of circumstances where you see officers pour out the alcohol and then just say, okay, we're going to call it even. You've lost your booze, but we're going to call it a day here. But the officer just called for a squad. He just called for a squad car. So I'm wondering if they'd already made the call to cart this guy off because they didn't believe him about his identification. I should note as well, lying about who you are in today's day and age is actually a really stupid move, because once upon a time, maybe this was a great way to avoid a ticket, I don't know, but in the modern era, police have access to so many ways to confirm your ID, and so when you give them a fake name and a fake date of birth or whatever, they look that up and they go, yeah, that's not you. Who is this really? And then you're screwed. Now you've got more charges. This guy has made an even worse decision, which is he tried to run and he didn't even get very far. Sir, your effort is pathetic.
You do volunteer.
No, you're not straight. Stop. Now you're going to jail.
Stop. You're going to jail now. Stop.
It's being recorded.
You hear the crowd shouting, "Leave him alone, leave him." I mean, he did just try to bolt from the cops, guys. It's a bad time to try to get involved. You don't want to become the story here. You don't want to end up getting involved to a point where the officers are going to start getting interested in you.
There you go.
I'm not moving, yo. I'm not moving.
38, we'll take a transport van to 14th and State. We're 95 one time. Now you're going to jail.
So they've gone from we need a squad car to now we need a transport van. So it does look like he's been upgraded in terms of what they're planning on doing with him.
What's dumb? It would have been a ticket.
Hey, you know if that was me, I would have been down.
These guys are faster than I am.
The guy in the background, he wants in on this. He's shouting, "You know, if that was me, I'd be gone." There's a lot of cops here, just noting this. There's a lot of people, so that was a really challenging... This was not going to be an easy run, but his effort here was pretty pathetic. He didn't get far. The other thing is, if he had started running, you see all these people around? Well, some of them might be cheering him on and saying, "Yeah, go." But let's say 1 out of every 25 decides that they prefer the cops to you. All it takes is one person to just step out in front of you and give you a shove, and your run is over, sir. So it's a bad move. Now, the guy who's joking there, I'm kind of liking this cop we're seeing his body cam. He's got a bit of a sense of humor. He's got a guy who's sort of intervening and heckling, and his response to this is he's throwing some banter back. He's not escalating. He's not making things worse. This officer he's working the crowd in a way that prevents further problems. He's preventing conflict. I think this officer's doing a pretty good job here.
I'm not going in. Trust me. Oh, you went somewhere once. What? 1, 2. Somebody left that tunnel.
Let's walk across the street, get his real info.
I say make him walk behind the bike.
What's that?
What's up, buddy? How are you?
Good, man. How about yourself?
Hanging in there.
So the cops are going to walk him across the street away from this crowd. Again, they're trying to de-escalate. They're trying to make sure that they don't end up with like a high-tension situation. Some of whom you could see were already taking pictures and video. You bet his name is going to be all over the place before the end of the day. It's just with social media and so forth, the reputational injuries from that are instant and profound.
Moving back around. It was on the right track.
Well, I asked him for his name, and he gave me his real last name first, and then started giving me the fake one, so we're waiting for it.
Commenting on how he got his name wrong there.
Yeah, we don't care. We don't care.
If you're pulling that crap, you're just making your parent even more angry. But I mean, he's got the "my dad's a lawyer" look to him, doesn't he?
You're going to jail. I told you. What'd I tell you? What'd I tell you? A citation. That's all it would have been. You would have got a ticket. And instead you decided to run. Okay.
Y'all stopped me and fucking told me to stop. I didn't have anything on me.
We've seen it. It's on the body cams. You should know that those are body cams on those officers. He's trying to play some stupid game here of redefining things, but the officers already know what's going on. As a general rule, anytime your mouth is moving when you're the accused person, you're getting more likely to be in jail, not less. And this guy is absolutely the epitome of that rule right now.
I'm sitting. Bro, come on.
Sit.
Y'all are being aggressive with me. Taking me around anywhere. I didn't do anything.
Yeah, well, now you're going to jail.
I know, but why?
DC
I get
resisting,
that.
state underage alcohol, state possession. Yeah, resisting.
Running away. Can you?
No.
You gotta. I'm talking to my boy. He's gotta fucking follow me here. I need your badge
Case
number.
number 21
Cole, come here. Cole, come here.
So now he's calling for his friend. I'm just going to say, if you're the friend and you see your buddies over there in handcuffs and he's calling you over, "Oh, come here, come here." Think, do you really want to be part of this story right now? Is this something you want a piece of? Because often the answer is no.
41,500.
No, you don't get no over here.
1802.
It'll be on all your paperwork.
Okay. I need his though. If you guys are the ones who would stop me, I need his.
Yep.
I need yours. You're not looking. You're f***ed up.
He tells this officer, "You f***ed up," and the officer just shrugs. It's like, don't care. This threatening approach doesn't tend to work.
I didn't have anything open, boy. I didn't have anything.
Hey,
I'm not going.
everything's recorded, the entire contact,
You're
and
gonna see
beforehand.
that I had nothing on me. I'm gonna be perfectly fucking fine.
I didn't have anything on me, and he's got this big smirk, and then the officer says, everything's recorded, and you can see that smirk diminish, but he's still sticking to that story. You know, I had nothing on me, everything's gonna be... We've got you pouring out the twisted tea on video. What are you trying to do here, kid?
Alright, you're gonna see. Cole, get his badge number. No, I don't. I told you guys, my wallet got stolen.
Okay, let's get his real information. 238.
38.
Did you copy to start us a trouble with party at 14th and State? Well, made it out of the party. Okay. We'll take a transport squad here. We're in custody.
Copy, I've got 35 in row.
Real quick, I just wanted to say that Attorney Tom / Attorney Reacts content is now on Spotify. We just launched a partnered show, link in the description. Go check it out. Now, back to the video.
So he's answering questions now. I wonder if he's being honest.
Wisconsin. Hey, get my mom on the phone. I don't know, get dickhead's badge number.
What happened? How are you doing, sir?
Good. I want you to stand back a little bit.
Okay, for sure. Where do you want me to stand? So y'all.
Yep, just back here so we
Right
can
here
deal with him.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
So now we've got the friend. I wonder if this is Cole or is this a different friend? Because he was shouting towards a Cole, but walking into that group was a really bad move. Everything we've seen about this officer is that this officer is a really good cop. He's de-escalating. He's all of that. He's not going to shake the guy's hand because that actually puts you into a bit of a spot of weakness. You know, the other person's got a grab on you. He doesn't want that.
So he's going to jail. Oh. Yep. So he'll have a bond. He'll be able to make phone calls later. So if you want to call mom and let her know that he's going to jail, you can do
Okay.
that.
Is there anything I need to do in general, like that just helps?
Not really. No.
What did he do? What happened?
I'll say he can explain it to you later.
Okay, for sure. Yeah.
So.
All right.
56.
Well, I don't know his mom's number, so is there a way I could?
He can tell you, hey.
Can I go over there and ask him?
Yeah, hey.
Hey, buddy. Dude, what's your mom's number?
The cop is actually allowing him in to get the number. The cop is doing him a solid because the cop could just be like, sorry, that's a him problem. So good for the officer.
John Edward. John D.
And they're blocking out personal information like mom's number and this guy's
And what's
identification.
your mom's name?
I'm going to have you.
What's your mom's name, Jeff? Terry. Terry? Okay. Terry.
Yep.
How much is the underage?
Now you hear he said, what's your mom's name, Jevin? Well, now the officers have an additional point of information, and he's already given a fake name, but now they've got a Jevin detail. He's actually been kind of helpful to the police.
What name did he give you?
He gave me Javin.
Gentlemen? Okay. So let's do this. Let's have Cup take him back to the command post. We'll go back there. I say we stick bond DC resisting, right on open intox, underage, possession, consumption. Or you can write a guidance for everyone. I want to make an example that he's going.
So you hear that laundry list of charges, like, a dozen charges there, and then I want to make an example of this guy. Congratulations, kid. You went from we're going to write you a ticket to you are going to be an example for your peers. Real bad move. Now, I don't necessarily approve of this making an example of the guy, but you can see why they would.
And then, so gone for resisting a DC?
Yeah, already did new citations, but I think we had to decentralize. No.
What's that?
I said we had to decentralize him, so I'm more into criminal charges at this point.
Yeah.
So they started out, the guy was saying, hey, should we give him citations? And nope, they've moved on to criminal charges. And the difference is huge. If this guy gets a criminal record out of this, he's a young kid, hopefully, going to go to college and all of that stuff. Well, this will affect his abilities to get employment, to get education possibly, travel, all of these things may be getting foreclosed for him in ways that they wouldn't if he'd just gotten this ticket. So make good decisions, people, when the police are interacting with you, because it's really easy to create trouble for yourself.
So how much is the underage?
You're getting criminal charges.
He knows exactly what he's doing. When he says, oh, so how much is the underage? He already knows. Like, he can hear the officers talking.
Criminal, jail.
Ticket. Jail.
Jail. Criminal charges.
I'm sitting in jail?
Yeah, criminal charges. You have to go to circuit court, criminal charges.
What?
Yes.
Why?
Disorderly conduct,
Okay, come on,
resisting
guys,
arrest.
There's 3,000 kids here with beers, and you catch
Yep.
me. Come on.
And what did we tell you? I said it's going to be a ticket. Don't lie to me. And what'd you do? You
So
lied.
if it was a ticket, you would have let me
You
go?
lied to us.
If it was a ticket, you would have let me go. And the guy's like, yep. Also, didn't you just say a moment ago that you didn't have beers? And now you're saying you caught me with beers? I'm just going to say, if this goes to trial and this kid had to testify, as a defense lawyer, I really don't like our chances.
You would have got a citation. You would have been on your way, like we have with everyone else. That's been cooperative. But you decided to try to resist
Okay, so
and fight, and then
how do I get out of jail tonight? Because I fucking don't live here. My parents are gonna beat the shit out of me. Like, how do I get out of jail?
It'll be explained.
Do I pay my bond?
He'll explain it.
Get out or not?
He'll explain it in a bit.
But
right now we got a squad coming to pick you
I
up.
get that. But is there a way I can get out of jail tonight?
There'll be a bond for you, and
So I'll be able to get released tonight.
most likely.
Parents are gonna beat the crap out of me. You mean your dad, who's a lawyer, is gonna beat the crap out of you? I feel like there's other remedies for that, kid. Again, I don't really believe that that's the case. I think he's just manipulating the officers. And I'm not saying that because the dad's a lawyer. I'm saying that because this kid doesn't seem credible. And also, like, this fits with the manipulation pattern here.
If they pay that bond. Most likely or not? Yes or no?
Most likely, if you're able to pay the bond, you'll be able to.
How much is the bond gonna be? Is it over $200? I got $200 cash on.
Yeah, it's over $200.
It'll probably. So I gotta sit in jail until my parents can get me. Is it his parents or someone just random pays the bond?
Pays the bond.
Okay. Can you give me? Is it gonna be over like?
And you're going to have bond conditions of not to consume alcohol or possess
I'm going home
alcohol.
after this. I'm not.
That's probably a good idea.
Is it over like 500?
Was it
Probably be
450?
pretty close to 500.
Man.
So who believes his comment that he's gonna be going sober after this? Not me.
72 outlet party,
You have fucking like
1334 State Street.
right here. Is there a way you can go with him? Just
You can't go with them.
so where is he going exactly?
I'll explain it to you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't even know what happened. I was just walking in.
Yeah, well, I can't tell you what because it's his business. But
for sure.
The woman in the background, wave your hands in the air. She's trying to find a friend. So yeah, the officer's saying, I can't explain it to you because privacy.
To say, like I explained to him, we're dealing with lots of people.
Last name
People
Nikolai.
are cooperative and don't resist and don't try to fight with us. They get a ticket, they're on their way. We don't even write them all the tickets that we could.
Middle name is Diane. David Haida.
So what was it that happened? Was it you just had an open canister and they pulled him out?
Yep, he got stopped and then he decided to make some bad decisions.
Okay.
So here's what's going to happen. He's going to go down. The officer's going to follow him down there, and depending on his cooperation level, we might just release him on a signature bond, so that he can pay some money, or doesn't have to pay any
pay
money.
some money later. Yep,
yes.
100%.
Well, he doesn't even have to pay any money. He's just got to sign some paperwork and then show up to court.
The best thing he can do to get that signature bond is to shut his mouth. Every time he opens his mouth, he's probably just getting on these officers' nerves. And the officers do have a lot of power, a lot of discretion. You know, stop lying to the cops. It's not helping here. You have the right to not say things to the cop.
So, but he'll be able to make phone calls here in a bit.
Okay, sounds
Did you
good.
tell Tap that plan?
Where exactly?
Okay.
How far away? Where's he going exactly?
Clear, no priors.
Okay, he'll be able to call you in a little bit.
Okay, sounds good. Exactly where? What direction? I mean, I'm the only dude that he knows. That way? Okay.
Yep.
All right, I appreciate it.
Go
What's your
towards
name, officer?
Quick Trip on West Avenue.
72 can clear it up, E Victor.
You see the officer, he goes for the handshake and the officer goes, nope, we're going to fist bump. Again, the officer doesn't want to have somebody grabbing onto him. This guy, Cole in his Nelson Mandela shirt is probably not a big threat, but this is just training.
I would do.
So he was charged with resisting, causing injury to a police officer, disorderly conduct, and obstructing. Also cited for underage possession, consumption, and public consumption. So not quite the laundry list that they could have, but pretty serious charges. The resisting causing injury, that's a big deal. I wonder if they'll tell us how it worked out. All right, and then we see him in the bracelets getting into the vehicle.
What do you got for charges?
Can you take him to the command post? I'm gonna sit on him over there.
Okay.
There's lots of examples of this one, but it's a pretty good example of what happens when you decide to trade up your charges from something less serious to much more serious. We'll end just on this shot of him getting loaded into the police vehicle, because it's really the key thing there. You're starting out with a a ticket. It's a fairly minor ticket in the scheme of things. And then he decides that he's going to do something crazy, and it might be because he was a little drunk, I don't know. But he ends up with much more serious charges, and if his dad's a lawyer, his dad's gonna be paying a lot of money for his legal bills, because 99% of the time when you see somebody go, oh, my dad's a lawyer, it's either complete BS, their dad isn't a lawyer, or their dad is, but does something like real estate or wills and estates or something like that that has nothing to do with criminal law. Anyway, I thought this one was a good lesson, good life lesson. Also an excellent example of good policing. I've looked at some other videos where you see police who are behaving badly, who like to escalate things and make them worse. Here, this officer was trying to de-escalate at every point. He was giving this guy off ramps for like, you know, come clean, be honest with us. The only person who was ramping things up was this guy when he tries to make a run for it, when he tries to do that sort of thing. But the officer did a good job of managing the crowd. He did a good job of managing the friend. All of these are situations where it could have gotten a lot more confrontational, and instead he kept things calm, he kept things quiet. I like this cop. Let me know what you thought of this video in the comments below, and if you like this video, make sure you check out these other 2 videos that will be coming up just now. Please like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to see more content, and until next time.
Big verdict.